So let's start with the female part, that is gynoecium. So it's very well known to us that the gynoecium, it consists of carpel, and in the gynoecium there is presence of three main parts. Three parts they are present. This swollen part which are formed at the base, this represents ovary. This long part, this is style. And this knob-like structure, this represents stigma. Now, in the ovary, there is presence of nutritive tissue, that is placenta. This is placenta, and over the placenta, there is presence of ovules. And you know that after the fertilization, these ovules, they will be converted into these seeds. They will be transformed into the seed. Now you please keep this in mind that the ovules, they are present in both gymnosperms as well as angiosperms. Gymnosperms as well as the flowering plants, that is the angiosperm, the seeds, they are present. Ovules are present, but the placenta is only associated with the angiosperms. Now, in the gynoecium, there can be presence of one carpel. So, this gynoecium is known as monocarpellary. Gynoecium के अंदर many carpels they are present. This is known as polycarpellary condition. Now the gynoecium, if contains more than one carpel, then these carpels can be free or they can be fused. अगर gynoecium के अंदर एक से ज़्यादा carpel present है. Now these carpels, they can be free. When the carpels are free, this is known as apocarpous condition. And if the carpels, they are fused, अगर fusion होगा तो इसको हम कहेंगे syncarpous gynoecium. Now the syncarpous gynoecium, it is more common in the angiospermic families, and this apocarpous condition, it is associated with only the few families. So one example which I am citing here, that is ranunculus, which belong to the family, that is Ranunculaceae family. Now, which is this part of the carpel? ये जो carpel का part है, which is this part? This part is ovary. अगर हम ovary का section cut करते हैं, that is the transverse section. I am cutting the TS, that is the transverse section of the ovary. Then in the ovary, there can be presence of only one chamber. Section cut करा और क्या देख रही है कि ओवरी के अंदर कोई भी सेप्टा नहीं है. ओवरी के अंदर सिर्फ एक लॉक्यूल है, एक चैम्बर है जिसके अंदर प्रेजेंट है प्लेसेंटा. एंड over the placenta, you know there is presence of ovules. So if in the ovary there is presence of only one locule, then this is known as unilocular. Then simply if the two locules they are present, then bilocular. 3, then trilocular. 4, then tetralocular. 5, then pentalocular. और अगर 5 से ज्यादा चैम्बर्स या लॉक्यूल्स प्रेजेंट होंगे, then this is known as multilocular gynoecium, multilocular ovary. So here I can cite one example for all these conditions. Like the unilocular condition, this is in P. Bilocular, this is in solanum. try in asparagus. This is in Ocimum. Pentalocular is in China rose. And multilocular in the lady's finger. So now after this, I will be discussing the important topic in the gynoecium, that is the placentation. Placentation, that is the arrangement of the ovules on placenta inside the ovary. So now I will be starting with the placentation. Now the placentation is the arrangement of ovules on placenta inside the ovary, within the ovary. So now the first type of the placentation which I will be discussing here, that is marginal placentation. In the marginal placentation, the gynoecium, the ovary is always unilocular. Unilocular ovary is there, and this condition, it is seen in the members of Fabaceae family. So the two examples I am mentioning here, that is pea and bean. तो यहाँ पर मैं pea का fruit बना रही हूँ. Yes, so you can see this part. Yes, you can see that the two margins of the carpels, they are joining, and ये जो junction है, जहां पर join हुए, ये जो junction है, junction पर present होगा placenta. So the junction of the two margins of the carpel, there is presence of placenta, and over the placenta there is presence of ovules which will be later converted into the seed after the fertilization. तो यहाँ पर आप देख रहे हैं कि जो placenta बन रहा है वो side पर बन रहा है, margin पर बन रहा है. That's why it is known as marginal placentation. Now coming to the second category. Now the second one is the parietal. Now the parietal placentation, it is present in mustard, it is present in argemone. These are the members of the Brassicaceae family. So mustard, another one is argemone. So here I will be showing the section, transverse section of the ovary. तो ये मैंने ovary का transverse section form करा. Now in the parietal placentation, जो inner wall है ovary की, यहाँ पर placenta present है. Yes, inner wall पर placenta present है, and over the placenta there is presence of ovules. तो यहाँ पर आप देख रहे हैं कि there are two sutures which are bearing the ovules. इसका मतलब ये हुआ कि ये जो gynoecium है, it is formed by the fusion of the two carpels. Yes, so you can see here the two sutures bearing the ovules. It means this gynoecium is formed by the fusion of the two carpels. Now this condition is present in mustard. अब आप देख रहे हैं कि मस्टर्ड के अंदर सिर्फ एक लॉक्यूल प्रेजेंट है ओवरी के अंदर. There is unilocular condition, but later what will happen that in the gynoecium there is formation of a septa. ये जो सेप्टा है ये शुरू से नहीं प्रेजेंट है, ये फॉर्म हुआ है लेटर स्टेजेस पर. सो दिस इज नोन एज false septum. This false septum, it is known as rapellum, and due to the formation of the rapellum, now the unilocular condition, it has been changed into the bilocular. So in the mustard, Initially it is unilocular, but due to the formation of the rupulum, that condition has been changed into the bilocular one. Now the next one, that is axile placentation. In the axile placentation, the gynoecium, it is bilocular to multilocular. Axile placentation is present in the lemon, tomato, China rose, lily. और ये सारे एग्जाम्पल है एक्साइल प्लासेंटेशन के. तो इन द एक्साइल प्लासेंटेशन आई एम फॉर्मिंग ट्रांसफर सेक्शन ऑफ द ओवरी. तो ये टीएस है ओवरी का, और इसके अंदर मैं अब 3 लॉक्यूल्स दिखा रही हूं. यस, ट्राइलॉकुलर कंडीशन, और जहां पर सेप्टा मीट कर रही है बीच में, यहां पर जहां सेप्टा मीट कर रही है, देयर इज फॉर्मेशन ऑफ प्लेसेंटा, एंड ओवर द प्लेसेंटा देयर इज प्रेजेंस ऑफ ओव्यूल्स. तो जहां पर सेप्टा मीट कर रही है वहां पर प्लेसेंटा फॉर्म होगा, एंड यू कैन सी ओवर द प्लेसेंटा देयर इज प्रेजेंस ऑफ द ओव्यूल्स, एंड लेटर ऑन दे विल बी कन्वर्टेड इनटू द सीड आफ्टर फर्टिलाइजेशन. नेक्स्ट वन, that is free central placentation. In the free central placentation, the ovary is always one-chambered. So, unilocular condition, this is present in dianthus, primrose. The scientific name is primula. Another example is stellaria. In the free central condition, I am forming the gynoecium. Yes, this is the gynoecium, and at the base, from the base, this central column is arising. So you can see here, central column is arising, and all around the central column, there is presence of ovules. पूरे सेंट्रल कॉलम के आसपास ओव्यूल होंगे. कोई भी सेप्टा इस गाइनोशियम के अंदर, ओवरी के अंदर नहीं प्रेजेंट होगा. Now if I will be cutting the transfer section here, अगर इस गाइनोशियम का मैं ट्रांसफर सेक्शन कट करूंगी तो अब ऐसी कंडीशन नजर आएगी. So this is the central column, and around it there is presence of ovules. Right. Now the next one, that is basal placentation. Again, in the basal placentation, the ovary is always unilocular. This is present in the sunflower as well as in the wheat. So sunflower, that's a dicot, and wheat is a monocot. So in the basal placentation, the placenta will be present at the base. तो गाइनोशियम का जो बेस है वहां पर प्लेसेंटा प्रेजेंट होगा. Here the placenta is present, and over the placenta there is presence of only one ovule. Yes, only one ovule is present. बेस पर प्लेसेंटा और उसके ऊपर लार्ज साइज सिंगल ओव्यूल is present. Now the last condition, that is the superficial. Superficial placentation के अंदर, now the ovary is multilocular. This is present in the water lily. तो यहां पर मैं बना रही हूं ट्रांसफर सेक्शन ऑफ द ओवरी. नाउ दिस ओवरी इज मल्टीलोकुलर. मल्टीलोकुलर ओवरी, और जो वॉल है उसकी इनर साइड पर प्रेजेंट है प्लेसेंटा. तो ये मैं बना रही हूं प्लेसेंटा, एंड ओवर द प्लेसेंटा देयर इज प्रेजेंस ऑफ ओव्यूल्स. तो हर एक ओव्यूल की लॉक्यूल के अंदर ये कंडीशन प्रेजेंट होगी. तो यहां पर मैंने बताई है आपको 6 टाइप्स ऑफ प्लेसेंटेशन. So can you tell me among the 6 type of the placentation which is the most advanced one? I have discussed this in the plant kingdom, that reduction is known as one type of advancement. So you can see here that in the basal placentation, the placenta is present only at the base, and there is reduction with respect to the ovules, only one ovule is present. तो यहाँ पर present है reduction, and reduction is known as advancement. So this is the most advanced type of the placentation, right? So the most advanced type of the placentation, it is present in sunflower, that is Asteraceae family, and in the wheat, so you write the name of the family, that is the Poaceae. Now can you tell me which is the most primitive one? Primitive one means now the large number of the ovules. So the large number of ovules, they are associated with the superficial placentation. So this is the most primitive one. Now amongst these, now which is the most common? Most commonly seen in the angiosperm, that is axile placentation. This is the most common one. So this is very much clear. So the most primitive, that is the superficial, the most advanced, that is the basal, और जो सबसे ज़्यादा common है angiospermic families के अंदर, that is the axile placentation. So now after dealing with the placentation, I will be discussing the position of style. So let's discuss now the position of style. So in the first case you can see here, जो स्टाइल है वो ओवरी के टिप से अराइज हो रही है. The style is arising from the tip of the ovary. This is terminal style. The terminal style is the most common condition present in the angiospermic families. I can write one example, that is China rose. Now the second one. So in the second condition you can see here that the style is arising from the side of ovary. The style is arising from the side of ovary. This is lateral style. Lateral style, it is present in mango. Next one. तो ये गाइनोशियम है, ओवरी है, और यहां पर अब मैं स्टाइल फॉर्म कर रही हूं. दिस इज द स्टाइल. So now it is very well seen here that the style is arising from the base of ovary. When the style it arises from the base of ovary, this is known as gynobasic style. The gynobasic style, it is present in tulsi, that is ocimum. So after the position of the style, now I will be starting with the fruit.